is, what am I trying to say? It's its own independent web page. If you have multiple overlays, like I do, and you have them all in one scene collection, if someone follows you or something and there's a sound alert, it'll play that sound alert as many times as you have overlays loaded. So if you have 3 overlays and someone subscribes, you get 3 alerts, and that's just frustrating. If you don't have sound play, then it doesn't really matter. So this is the editor. I'm just gonna throw something in. Honestly, I'm just gonna insert image. Get out of there. And I'm going to insert this. Now that should be, excuse me, in my stream now. Let me just check that and make sure. I'm already in the right window. What am I doing? Alright, a little bit of a lag. Oh, right, I have to save it. So, save. OBS, yeah. So it's showing up in OBS. It should be showing up in the actual stream. I'll just take that right out as soon as I confirm that it's actually there. Hit save, and it popped up. Okay, perfect. And I don't want to leave that running in the background. That just chews up some bandwidth. So, anything I need to check, I'll open it up, but otherwise it's just not important to me. So widgets is where the real power is. These ones at the top, I never touch. Ever. Widgets are the dynamic part, right? So all of this stuff, except obviously the static section, is dynamic. I can set a tip goal, right? And that's right in the middle of the screen now, and I'm sorry, that's a hassle. I'll move it to the top. But I can go through and I can set the title to be pay my rent, please. Goal is $3, that's my rent. God, I wish. You can, display percent, make it a little smaller, all that sort of stuff. That's what widgets are for. The big fancy one is the alert box. That's nice to put in the middle, and I'm gonna hit mute so that it doesn't play sound for me through my browser, but it is gonna play sound for you once I hit save. So if I say emulate a follower event, suppose someone follows me, pops up. That's supposed to be muted. I don't know why it's not. And there should be an image. I don't know why there's not. So someone followed. Hey, thanks. Why is that noise actually playing? Pause. I see a shark there. I didn't. That's weird. But so this single window handles followers, subscribers, tips, hosts, cheers, and just a quick overview of what those are for anyone who's not super familiar with Twitch. Followers is just you hit a button, it's completely free. You get alerts when someone goes live. You can choose if you get emails or texts or whatever, but it'll say somewhere on, it'll say over here if they're live. It's hey, they're live. Subscriber, basically the same thing, but you're giving them money. It's like $5, something like. Tip is just a donation, and Stream Elements has its own. If I just open the main page back up, going down to tipping settings, basically you give it a PayPal email, and it generates this page for you where you can donate money. You can set the background, you can set this image. You can say thank you so much for the contribution and pull their name from Twitch, and then or I guess from here, test. Thank you for the contribution test. Yeah, and an amount, the currency, whatever. Give a message, and then back here when someone tips, it'll do this image, slowly loading left shark. That's weird. And you can display their message. And so this is like, you can choose, if someone donates $5 to display the message, but less than that, don't bother. I don't know. Donations are great. I think people should be appreciated for that. I just leave it the same. But there's tons and tons of customization. Oh, variations. That's new. Text to speech, so you can have a computerized voice read out their message. So, like, I'm just setting up something vaguely resembling, hey, Bob Ross donated $10, but his name is Bill. That's weird. I thought his name was Bob. Weird. Yeah, that's what that is. Let me just check. This game sucks. Fuck you. I know I'm not very good at it, but bah humbug. So that's what tipping is. That's how you set it up. You just give it your PayPal email. I recommend, this is an email I made explicitly for this, because PayPal's a bitch, and you don't want to play with them if you ever can avoid it. Don't let them freeze your personal PayPal because of backcharge fraud. Hosting is when someone else on Twitch says, hey, this is good content, and basically mirrors your channel on their own, temporarily, but whatever. That's how we run the main SSQRL channel. It's just set up to automatically host any of us who are streaming. Auto hosts aren't picked up by this, because reasons. And cheers are tips, but through Twitch, not through PayPal. And cheers and subscribers, you need to be, what's the word, affiliate? You need to be an affiliate, which is like, you have 50 followers, you've streamed 8-ish hours in the last month, maybe 10-ish hours, I don't remember exactly. It's just like, be an active streamer, have growth, have a following. You can get cheers and subscribers, but until then you can't. I don't think any of us have it. You can name it. If you have a really dense overlay, that might be important, but I've never run into problems with it. And so you can just set the images for all of these. Like, subscriber doesn't matter, cheer doesn't matter because I can't get them, but host, I can do this. Fancy dancy. TV, you can set video, that's interesting, and you can have it play different sounds. So that, something like this. It's a little glitchy right now, not sure why. But so that's the alert box. That to me is the most important part of this. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that's personalized to your channel. So, like, whoever followed you the most recently, how many people have followed this time you're streaming, or this week, or this month, or whatever. Just a list of recent people who have followed. Doris McMillan 268 followed. Has followed. Estro followed. That's just, it scrolls through. You can actually set how many get included there, and that's same stuff for subscribers, for tippers, cheers, some stuff like whoever donated the most money and how much. This one is neat. Event list. So this is, it's pretty obvious what it is. It's just a list of the 4 or so most recent, 4 to 10, 3 to 10 most recent things that have happened. Like, Booty just actually followed, thank you. And he popped up right here. Now you'll actually see it on the stream, awkwardly in the middle. And you can set the color, so 71, 10, 91, Don't ask me why I have that memorized. And now it's nice and thematic. Cool stuff. There's a lot you can do with this. Mostly, I'd say just experiment because the widgets are kind of all over the place. Countdowns. This is cool. This is used. It's 10 minutes by default, but you can set it to anything. 10 hours. Why the hell not? Not actually, but I could. And that's good if you have, say, a startup page. This, like, I'm about to start streaming, playing some music, hyping it up for the no one who's watching. Not that I know about that. And so a timer's good for, like, I'm going to be starting the stream in 10 minutes, whatever. And I'm actually going to give a small demo of that. But what am I looking for here? I'm going to take this out. It's not important right now. Okay, so the way I set up the first one that I showed when probably I was not actually including sound was this. So, you just pop that in the bottom. That looks about right. It's a little awkwardly sized. It gets weird to edit anything in the bottom left corner. But it works well, doesn't it? And then, I can just insert text for, say, my text goes here. Latest follower. And I just pop that down here. Now, the place to edit things like, say, font, because Roboto is a boring font. I don't know what this one is. Or, hey. Oh, they don't have it. Damn. Alright. I'm just gonna choose one randomly. Amida sounds interesting. It's nice and fancy. Can I do squirrel purple? Yes, I can. Bold or underlined, all uppercase, whatever you want. Shadow. Looks a little cooler that way. Scroll through, but who cares? And so now I've put there's a latest follower will be here. I have to go back into widgets and get my latest follower. And so this says, includes the latest follower part, but I don't want that. So you can just take it out. There are a bunch of variables and there's a place to find them that I will talk about when I remember it. So there you go, Booty. Immortalized until someone else follows. Someone else follow quick so he gets knocked off. Custom font is an option. Yes, it is. And I just went over that. So no one's in TeamSpeak. I'm just gonna get out. I'll just have to remember to check chat every few seconds. I don't have a second monitor anymore, and it's awful. So that's how you piece together your own. Let me see if there's anything else really important. So insert text. Text goes here. You can, change opacity, which is pretty neat. And set, width. You can. I've had some trouble with the top and left, first of all, because it's an awful system. I can never intuit, here is going to be, I guess 540 from the left. No, it's not. Middle is 540 from the top. And 0. So it didn't move, right? But if I select it and give that's just with the keyboard arrows, it'll pop into place. I don't like it, but that's how it works. I just drag it into place and, nudge it with the arrows. So that's that one. Text settings is, you can set up margins if you want, so 10 pixels from the top gets pushed down. Why would you do that when you can just put it anywhere you want? Not sure. You can change the font. Now, if you mean custom font, can you upload fonts? I don't see a way to do that. Um,